welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into a fascinating comparison between Bitcoin and some of the world's largest companies by market capitalization as of May 2025. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Bitcoin, that digital currency, how does it really stack up against these global titans of industry? Well, let me tell you, the numbers are absolutely staggering, and some of these comparisons are going to blow your mind. We're talking about a financial asset that has grown at an unprecedented rate, and its current valuation puts it in a league that very few could have predicted just a few years ago. It's not just a niche internet money anymore. It's a serious contender on the global financial stage, and its market cap reflects that. We're going to break down exactly how Bitcoin, with its decentralized nature and volatile history, has managed to climb the ranks and in many cases surpass household names and corporate behemoths that have been around for decades. This isn't just about numbers. It's about understanding the shifting landscape of value and investment in the 21st century. We'll look at companies involved in social media, electric vehicles, and the critical semiconductor industry, all giants in their own right, and see how their market capitalizations compare to Bitcoin's. It's a real eye-opener. And it really puts into perspective the sheer scale we're dealing with when we talk about Bitcoin today. So grab your coffee, maybe a notepad, because you're going to want to remember some of these figures. We're going to explore not just the what, but also a little bit of the how and why behind these valuations. Is Bitcoin truly digital gold? Is its market cap justified? While we won't solve all those debates today, seeing it side by side with these established giants gives us a powerful data point. Fasten your seatbelts, because this journey through market capitalization is going to be an enlightening one, and trust me, you'll look at Bitcoin a little differently after this. Let's get into it. All right, let's kick things off with the star of the show, Bitcoin, or BTC, as it's known on the exchanges. As of May 2025, Bitcoin's market capitalization is standing at an absolutely mind-blowing $2.07 trillion. Let that sink in for a moment. Over $2 trillion. This isn't just a big number in the crypto space. This is a colossal figure on the global financial stage. It's what makes Bitcoin the undisputed heavyweight champion of the cryptocurrency world, and more impressively, the only cryptocurrency to even come close to, let alone surpass, the market caps of several major publicly traded companies that are household names. We're talking about a decentralized digital asset achieving a valuation that rivals nations and established industries. The journey to this point has been a roller coaster, no doubt, filled with skepticism, massive rallies and sharp corrections, but the 2.07 trillion figure speaks volumes about its perceived value and adoption. Think about what this means. A currency or asset, depending on how you view it, created just over a decade and a half ago by an anonymous entity, now commands a market value higher than some of the most innovative and powerful corporations on the planet. This isn't just about early adopters getting rich, it's about a fundamental shift in how value can be stored and transferred, and how a global, permissionless network can accrue such immense worth. The sheer scale of 2.07 trillion indicates significant institutional interest, broader public adoption, and a growing narrative of Bitcoin as a legitimate store of value, often dubbed digital gold. It's a testament to its resilience and its unique properties in a world increasingly looking for alternatives to traditional financial systems. What's truly insane is that this valuation isn't propped up by physical assets in the traditional sense, or a CEO, or quarterly earnings reports like a typical company. It's driven by network effects, scarcity with its hard cap of 21 million coins, and the collective belief of millions of participants worldwide. To see Bitcoin not just enter the trillion-dollar club, but to soar past the 2 trillion mark is a clear signal that it has transcended its initial niche and is now a macroeconomic force to be reckoned with. This 2.07 trillion figure isn't just a milestone, it's a statement about the evolving nature of money and assets in our increasingly digital world, and it really sets the stage for the comparisons we're about to make. Next up, let's look at a company that practically defined the social media era. Meta Platforms, the parent company of Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and the ambitious metaverse projects. As of May 2025, Meta boasts an enormous market capitalization of $1.607 trillion. Now, 1.6 trillion is an absolutely massive number, make no mistake. This is a company that connects billions of people worldwide, a dominant force in advertising and a pioneer in virtual and augmented reality. Its platforms are part of the daily lives of a significant portion of the global population, and its influence on communication and information dissemination is undeniable. This valuation reflects its vast user base, its profitability, and its future growth prospects in areas like AI and the metaverse. However, here's where it gets really interesting when we bring Bitcoin back into the picture. Despite Meta's incredible reach, its innovative ventures, and its status as one of the original FANG stocks, its 1.607 trillion market cap falls short of Bitcoin's staggering 2.07 trillion. Think about that for a second. The entire empire built by Mark Zuckerberg, with all its real-world infrastructure, thousands of employees, and tangible products used by billions, is valued by the market at roughly 400 billion less than Bitcoin. This comparison really highlights the sheer financial weight that Bitcoin currently carries. It's not just outperforming smaller, speculative assets, it's standing taller than established tech royalty. It's a fascinating juxtaposition, a centralized corporate giant with a clear leadership structure and revenue model versus a decentralized digital asset with no CEO and a value proposition rooted in code and network consensus. The fact that Bitcoin has surpassed Meta in market capitalization is a powerful indicator of how investors are allocating capital and perceiving future value. It suggests a growing confidence in decentralized systems and digital scarcity, possibly even viewing them as more robust or having higher growth potential in the long run than some of the established tech titans that have dominated the last decade. This isn't to diminish Meta's achievements, which are monumental, but to underscore the extraordinary ascent of Bitcoin in the financial hierarchy. All right, let's shift gears and talk about another revolutionary company, one led by arguably one of the most talked about CEOs on the planet. Tesla, Elon Musk's electric vehicle and clean energy giant, has completely disrupted the automotive industry and has a market capitalization as of May 2025 of $1.324 trillion. This is, again, an incredible valuation for a company that has forced legacy automakers to rethink their entire strategy. Tesla isn't just about cars, it's about innovation in battery technology, autonomous driving, solar energy, and even robotics with Optimus. Its brand loyalty is fierce, and its impact on pushing the world towards sustainable transportation is undeniable. The $1.324 trillion figure reflects the market's belief in Tesla's continued growth and dominance in these cutting-edge fields. But, and this is the recurring theme today, when we compare Tesla's impressive $1.324 trillion market cap to Bitcoin's $2.07 trillion, Bitcoin once again comes out on top, and by a significant margin. We're talking about a difference of over $700 billion. That's almost another Tesla in terms of market value. So, even a company at the forefront of multiple technological revolutions, a company that has captured the imagination of millions and is actively reshaping a century-old industry, still finds itself looking up at Bitcoin's valuation. This is pretty wild stuff when you consider the tangible assets, factories, and global supply chains that Tesla manages compared to Bitcoin's digital existence. It really makes you pause and consider the different ways value is perceived and assigned in today's market. Tesla produces physical products, employs a massive workforce, and is subject to all the complexities of manufacturing and global logistics. Bitcoin, on the other hand, operates on a decentralized network, maintained by miners and nodes across the globe. The fact that this digital, intangible asset has a higher market capitalization than a manufacturing powerhouse like Tesla speaks volumes about investor sentiment towards digital scarcity, monetary policy alternatives, and perhaps even a hedge against traditional economic systems. It's a clear indication that the financial markets are placing an immense premium on Bitcoin's unique characteristics. Now let's delve into a company that might not be as much of a household name as Meta or Tesla for the average person, but is an absolute giant and a critical player in the technology sector, Broadcom. This semiconductor and infrastructure software solutions company has a market capitalization of $1.101 trillion as of May 2025. Broadcom is one of those foundational companies whose technology is embedded in countless devices and systems we use every single day, from smartphones and data centers to telecommunications equipment and factory automation. They are a powerhouse in designing and developing a wide range of semiconductor and infrastructure software products, making them integral to the digital economy. A trillion-dollar valuation here is a testament to their crucial role and consistent performance. Yet even this semiconductor behemoth, with its critical role in powering our digital world, finds its $1.101 trillion market cap, trailing behind Bitcoin's $2.07 trillion. We're talking about Bitcoin being worth nearly double what Broadcom is. This is significant because Broadcom represents the sophisticated, high-tech manufacturing and design that underpins so much of modern life and technological advancement. Their chips and software are essential, tangible components of the global tech infrastructure. For Bitcoin, a purely digital asset, to have a market capitalization that dwarfs such a fundamentally important tech company is frankly astonishing, and really drives home the point about how much value the market is assigning to this cryptocurrency. This comparison is particularly interesting because it moves beyond the more consumer-facing tech giants. Broadcom is deep tech, the stuff that makes other tech possible. The fact that Bitcoin surpasses it suggests that investors see Bitcoin's potential not just as a speculative play, but perhaps as a new foundational layer itself, a financial one. It's a clear signal that the market is betting big on the future of decentralized digital value, placing it even above some of the established giants that build the very hardware enabling the digital age. It really puts into perspective the scale of capital that has flowed into Bitcoin, seeking returns, a store of value, or exposure to a new asset class that operates outside traditional corporate structures and financial systems. For our final comparison, let's look at another absolute titan in the semiconductor industry, a company whose importance to the global economy cannot be overstated. TSMC, the Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company. As of May 2025, TSMC has a market capitalization of $1.078 trillion. For anyone who follows technology, TSMC is a name synonymous with cutting-edge chip manufacturing. They are the world's largest dedicated independent semiconductor foundry, meaning they make the chips designed by other companies, including giants like Apple, Nvidia, AMD, and Qualcomm. Essentially, if you're using a high-performance electronic device, there's a very good chance TSMC manufactured its brain. Their strategic importance is immense, influencing everything from consumer electronics to global geopolitics. And yet, here we go again. TSMC's massive $1.078 trillion market cap, representing one of the most critical manufacturing operations on the planet, is still less than Bitcoin's $2.07 trillion. Bitcoin's valuation is nearly double that of TSMC. This is a company that requires mind-bogglingly complex and expensive fabrication plants, fabs, employs tens of thousands of highly skilled engineers and technicians, and operates at the very frontier of materials science and physics. Their ability to produce increasingly smaller and more powerful chips is fundamental to continued technological progress across almost every industry. It's a cornerstone of the modern world. To see Bitcoin, an asset with no physical manufacturing footprint, no factories, and a decentralized development community, command a market capitalization so much larger than TSMC, is perhaps one of the most striking comparisons. It underscores the market's profound belief in Bitcoin's value proposition as a non-sovereign, scarce digital asset. It suggests that the demand for a decentralized store of value and medium of exchange has reached a point where its perceived worth outstrips even that of companies producing the most critical physical components of our technological age. This isn't to say one is better than the other. They serve vastly different purposes. But the market cap comparison clearly illustrates the incredible financial significance Bitcoin has achieved and the sheer amount of capital that believes in its future. So there you have it, a deep dive into how Bitcoin's market capitalization as of May 2025 stacks up against some of the biggest corporate names on the planet. From social media giants like Meta to automotive innovators like Tesla and even foundational semiconductor powerhouses like Broadcom and TSMC, Bitcoin's $2.07 trillion valuation places it in a truly elite category. It's not just playing in the big leagues. In many of these head-to-head comparisons, it's coming out significantly ahead. This really demonstrates the immense scale Bitcoin has achieved and its undeniable presence as a major financial asset in the global economy. The implications of these comparisons are far-reaching. It signals a growing acceptance and understanding of digital assets, a potential shift in where investors see future growth and value storage, and perhaps a broader commentary on the nature of money and assets in an increasingly digital and interconnected world. Whether you're a seasoned crypto investor, someone just curious about the space, or even a skeptic, these numbers provide a compelling snapshot of Bitcoin's current standing. It's a phenomenon that has grown beyond niche communities and is now commanding the attention of a far wider audience, including institutional investors and even nations. Thanks for watching. If you found this comparison interesting, and I really hope you did because these numbers are pretty mind-blowing, don't forget to smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe if you haven't already, and definitely hit the bell icon for more insightful content like this. We love breaking down these complex financial topics and making them easy to understand. What do you think about Bitcoin's market cap? Let me know down in the comments below. I read them all. See you in the next video.